Hey everybody, welcome back to Matt's Ice Cream Show, and we are back on our quest to try all the ice cream world has to offer. Today we're going to be doing Blue Bunny. Again, this is actually a pretty popular flavor or brand down south. I didn't have as much access to it up north, but anywho, we're down south, so we have different brands. We'll try new things. Today I'll be doing the Twisted Cone, or the Twist Cone, the chocolate peanut butter flavor. For the calorie conscious crowd, this is one bar is 230 calories. So this is a frozen dairy dessert. It has chocolate and peanut butter, soft frozen dairy dessert swirl, together with ribbons of fudge, all inside a crunchy chocolate sugar cone. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. As you can see, kind of see the back side of it. Gives a little diagram. Who is a fan of Blue Bunny? Like I said, I mean, I guess they probably had them in New York City, but down south they seem to have. This seems to be a much more popular brand. So for some of you who don't know, I say this every time. I know some of you are tired of hearing it. A frozen dairy dessert. The difference between a frozen dairy dessert and actual American standard FDA approved ice cream is that typically it is lighter, fluffier, and instead of dairy, though they do use some dairy, they often use, from what I understand, more vegetable oil or other fillers in the place of dairy, because in order to be considered ice cream, it has to have X amount of milk fat, butter fat. So I believe if it's going to be considered a frozen dairy dessert, that it probably has some dairy in it, but it's not as much. So anywho, I'm a huge fan of peanut butter, so anything peanut butter, I'm all about that life. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Well, first things first, it's very peanut buttery. I would say it almost has like a... It's definitely peanut butter and chocolate, but it almost has like a... Almost like a more generic peanut butter, in my opinion. Maybe not quite like an MRE, you know, the meal ready to eat we had in the military, but it's definitely a more generic peanut butter. The chocolate has more of a milk chocolate. Definitely not a dark chocolate. It's not maybe as sweet as I would like. But the chocolate cone is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit softer than I was expecting. I like my cones to be a little crunchier. Like, that's kind of one of the things about soft serve I'm not a fan of. They don't have to be like super crunchy, but sometimes when ice cream gets to them, it almost has like a sogginess to it. I'm not a big fan of that personally. And that's kind of what this has. As you can see, big thing of chocolate as you get towards the end. It's almost reminiscent of like hot fudge, but it's not hot. Overall though, for what it is, not bad. Scale of 1 to 100, 10-point grading scale. Let's see. See, I can't give everything the same rating because it's like apples and oranges. There are different levels, you know, like economy, premium, super premium, etc. Frozen dairy dessert, frozen custard, gelato, etc. Scale of 1 to 100, 10-point grading scale for what it is, which is a frozen dairy dessert, and for what I think what tier it is, which is probably like that second tier, like your average tier. Blue Bunny is a good brand, there's no question about it. This, however, to my opinion, is lacking in a few areas. And I'm going to give it an 85, and I'll tell you why. Would I eat it again? Yeah, absolutely. Would I go out of my way to get it? No, I wouldn't. It's good, but it's not great. Peanut butter is a little generic, which was a little sweeter, which was a bit more peanut buttery. The chocolate isn't bad, but it's just kind of there. It's just kind of hanging around. It's not really doing much. I will say, I really did like the almost like hot chocolate-ish type. It almost have like a lava cake type thing, like if it's cooled down. You guys ever had lava cake and it's cooled down? It still has a very chocolatey taste, but it's not hot. That's what I would describe it as. That's how it tastes at the bottom of this. The chocolate cone, it's a little too soggy for me personally. And it's there, but again, it's just kind of hanging out. It's nothing special. So that's why I can't really give it much higher than like a solid B. By no means is it a C, by no means is it bad. It's definitely good, but it's also not, like I said, great. So anyway, you guys go out and try it out. It's an 85, or I give it an 85. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below. Let me know if there's any other things by Blue Bunny or a similar brand that you'd like for me to try. Also, while you're there, lights. What you think about the last ice cream? I thought it was pretty good. Make sure to go check out that ice cream. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments of that video. As you know, some of those are limited time or they're seasonal, so maybe you can't try them right away, but I love to converse with you guys about ice creams from the past. Sometimes I know some of you are catching up on videos, etc. But anyway, let me know what you think. Check the links below. The sugar rush is starting to kick in. This guy in the comments was like, this guy's tweaking. I'm like, man, if you've had as much sugar as I've had in one day for some of these episodes back to back to back, you feel like you're on earmuffs, kids. Just say no to drugs. You feel like you're on drugs. But anywho, not really. But I'm going to start rambling, guys. Check the links below. Let me know what you think about this ice cream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. Tell your friends, tell your family, come and ice cream with me, and I will wrap this up. See you next time. See you next time, guys. Thanks a lot for showing up.